He doesn't really, he tries to get into fishing because I've gotten into fishing lately, but he's not really into fishing.
Right.
So, just go to bass.
Oh, got a good one, guys.
Nice.
It's a nice one. That's a nice fish. Holy crap. This is definitely a great first fish of the day. I can promise you that. Guys, this feels like a really good fish. Guys, Cornell with YouTube Fishing Vids, welcome along. Not aboard. I'm out here on this incredibly beautiful private pond, and I'm hanging out here with Alex and Jonathan, who I randomly hooked up with at this public retention pond the other day. And here we go. We got the first fish of the day on a Senko. All right, everybody. That would be Alex, and that would be Jonathan. There's the first fish of the day. Awesome fish. And I'm convinced there's bigger ones in here. This just looks too good. There's actually fountains in here oxygenating the water, and we've already been throwing some topwater frogs and getting some blow-ups, so it's an early morning, guys. Stay tuned. All right, my man, Jonathan, just hook up. That's your first fish of the day, right?
Second.
That's right, because we didn't get the first one. Cool. So you got topwater ribbit frog?
Yep.
Nice job, buddy. Okay, let's go get some more. Guys, you didn't see how long that took. I hit it right on top of the fountain. The second it hit the water on a Senko, it just popped it. Awesome. Not a big fish, but they love these Senkos. I was doing topwater, but we got into this little more clear area, and when you got that little oxygenated fountain deal going on, there's always usually some fish around it. So here's fish number 2. Want to start whacking some fish?
Huh?
Want to start whacking some?
Yeah.
All right, let's cut that frog off. You ready? All right, we're gonna do something different. We've got Jonathan out here working this ribbit frog, and it's tough. There's a few good blow-ups going on, but nothing crazy, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and cut off his ribbit frog and set him up with a little Texas rig action. Let him drag something across the bottom. I'm just hooking Jonathan up with a little leader, a 12-pound test on his spinning outfit here. It's actually one of my spinning outfits I let him borrow. It's got 12-pound test braid on a 7-foot medium action. We're gonna set up a tiny little Finesse Texas rig. So this water's pretty clear, so I'm going to make sure he's hooked up with a little bit of fluorocarbon on the end and a real small little itty-bitty little Texas rig worm. Oh, you'll have trouble with gnats, buddy. They're not going to leave you alone. When you get a little bit sweaty and gnats are around, they'll just be eating you up. You'll be all right. All right, so I'm using an Albright knot, guys, here just to secure his leader to his braid. 12-pound fluorocarbon leader to, I believe this is actually 12-pound test braid, like I said, on a classic Stratic Shimano 2500. I think I've got him using I got an Okuma. I got an older Okuma medium action spinning rod. It's an awesome setup. If you're not too familiar with bait casters and you're not used to using bait casters, so much you can do with these spinning rods, especially on these little ponds. It's not all that crazy a cover. It's a 12-pound test braid with a 12-pound test leader. Pretty much hold anything if you play it right. All right, cool. All right, there's a nice tight little Albright knot. All right, where's that tiny little sinker you got? All right, so he's got this tiny little, I'm guessing that's probably, I don't know, maybe a little less than, no, that's barely maybe like an 1/8 of an ounce, if that, but that's the perfect size weight for what we're gonna do here. He's got a little number. This is a 2/0 extra wide gap he's got. We're gonna put a little worm on it, so a straight shank hook would have probably been a little better, but I don't think these pond bass can be too picky. So let's just do a little Palmer knot. All right, lock down. All right, good deal. All right, I didn't bring anything to peg that, so we're not gonna worry about pegging it. We're just gonna keep it loose because this is kind of a finesse-y deal here. Nothing to it. Just a simple little finesse-y Texas rig. So I'm gonna drag across the bottom. Where are them worms you got? Let's see what kind of worms. See, he's just pocketing his stuff, not carrying a lot around the ponds. That's perfect. That's just a simple green pumpkin 4-inch power worm. This hook's a little big for it, but it'll do the job. He'll whip this thing out there, and it'll definitely get some attention. Nothing wrong with having an old bigger hook with bigger fish in a pond, that's for sure. Basic Texas rig. Definitely a little bit big, but that's all right. They'll eat it. I'm gonna actually expose that. There you go. Perfect little Berkeley 4-inch power worm, green pumpkin. How's that look?
Looks good.
Manageable? All right,
Yep.
Go ahead and whip that thing out there. Just slowly drag it across the bottom. Boy, you feel a tick or a tap, absolutely rear back on it with everything you got. All right, so now Alex was going from his Spro frog, because the topwater bites seem to already slow a little bit. I've got the hook up for my man. I'm gonna get him set up with a Senko. We're gonna do a weightless Senko. So there's the classic 4/0 hook. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna give him a little leader line of 12-pound test. On his 12-pound test braid, I'm hooking him up with a 7-foot medium action rod. That's my St. Croix Premier Series medium fast taper 7-foot action rod. And I got him on he's got a Stratic on his too. Actually, I think Jonathan has my Symmetry. I have an older Symmetry with some braid on that. And now my man Alex here is using my Stratic with also 12-pound test braids. This is Sunline SX1 that I use on most of my reels. So I'm just doing the Albright knot for him, getting a leader line of fluorocarbon on that braid because this water is pretty clear, and this pond, even though it's private, is pretty heavily pressured from what they say. These fish have seen it all, there's no doubt. All right, there's his Albright knot. That's all solid, secured. All right, there's the 4/0 hook. We're gonna hook up for his Senko's polymer. Just a classic polymer, totally weedless and totally weightless. We're gonna hook that up. All right, there we go. All right, he's locked down, rock solid, 4/0 hook. You actually bring some of your own Senkos? Oh, look at that, that's a cool color. Okay, cool. That's a cool color. I think that's not a Senko, but that's, who makes this one? Is it a Yumdinger?
Bait.
Who is it?
Big Bait, I think.
Big Bait, cool. That's a cool color. All right, let's do that up. They've got a seam on theirs too, but they actually have a channel right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it up so I can go through that channel. Yep. They're gonna be perpendicular to their seam. Usually in Senkos you can work the seam. But let's just go into the bend, and if you do it right and come out exactly where you went in, you're going to come out that channel, which makes it pretty darn weedless. Right there. So there you go. That's what that's there for, guys. No need to texpose it. That's pretty money. All right, man, you are ready to go. Be ready. Don't reel up on it. The second it hits the water, leave it slack and let it sink. Don't reel it up, because the second it hits the water, if you start reeling, here's what happens, Alex. You're just bringing your bait over here. So if you hit a target and you start reeling, hits the target, and then you bring it 10 feet away. Okay. So you need to just leave it there and let the line sink. Completely slack, but watch your line, because there'll be a twitch, and the twitches happen, and that's when the fish grabs it on the slack line. They always hit it usually when it's falling. So if you're just reeling it through the water, you're just gonna miss like 20 bites. Braid. Yeah, you definitely, on any spinning rod, you want to have braid on it. The whole spool should be filled with braid, and then anytime you have clear water, just like you've got, you put a leader on it. That way you don't have to keep re-spooling your line. You can just keep the braid on it, and then whatever conditions you're in, real thick heavy cover, you can put 15-pound test. If you want to do a drop shot on the clearest water with no cover, you can put 6-pound. You can fish pretty much any bait, you know what I mean, on a spinning rod, and just adjust your leaders, you know. If you're not familiar with how to work that bait casting scene yet, that's the best thing you can do. Like a 6.5 to 7-foot medium action spinning rod with 12, 15-pound test braid. You can do everything from Topwater to Texas rigs, Senkos, drop shots, pretty much everything. All right, Jonathan, you get another one? So those Texas rigs, they eat in pretty deep, so we probably need some pliers, right? Is that what you need? All right, cool. That's why we bring them. Always want to bring some pliers, guys. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, actually, it wasn't too bad. All right, good job. Jonathan's hooking it up. That's like number 3 or 4 bass for you, man. Good job. Rock it out with your Texas rig. Okay, guys, we moved over back to a little shady spot of the pond, so we're gonna try some more topwater frog and see what happens. Heck yeah. This place is money, dude. I mean, as many fish as you already caught, and we've only covered like a tiny bit of bank. There's one. Oh, that's a good one, guy. Oh man, he sucked it down. I barely even, I can't believe it. He didn't even break surface to get that. And he was a giant, dude. I mean, I didn't even see the splash, so I didn't even know to wait. I just felt the fish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get one? Nice job. It's a nice one too. Let's go see what my man's got over here. Dude, that's a nice fish, man. How was that for a bite, huh?
Oh, it hard.
Was that awesome or what?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? Is that awesome, Jonathan, or what?
Yeah.
On that tiny Finesse, itty bitty little power worm. Told you. Killer, right?
Yeah.
Fun fight, right? That rod makes it awesome. Good job, man. All right, gently lower them back in the water. No throwing of these bass. We want to keep them happy and healthy. Yep. Just lower them back down. Go get another one. Good job, Jonathan. Way to go. Way to go. Jonathan's smoking them with his little finesse deal. Nice fish, dude. I love these power worms. Are awesome, aren't they? Woo. Here, I'll help you out. Yeah, I know you got that broken finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan's struggling, man. He's, like I said in the last video, he's a trooper. He's got a broken finger and he's still working it out. There it is, guys. Nice job, buddy.
Thank you.
Keep it going. Can you handle him? All right, gently lower him back in there. He's good. They like that little power worm. Nice. All right, guys, here's the Senko Arsenal. Shimano Crucial 6'8" medium action. I believe this is an extra fast taper, so this is an ultra light setup. That's the Speed Spool LFS Team Lose Light reel. A lot of you guys have seen that. This thing and this combo for flukes, for Senkos, for light Texas rigs, unbelievable, guys. It's a really great setup. So I got 12-pound test Seagar fluorocarbon on there, and that pretty much covers all bases. Oh, I had to rear back on that one, guys. I got it feels decent, yeah. Senko bite. These are some nice fish in here, buddy. Nice. Awesome. Right in the lip. Love it. Yeah, this little pond's got some nice fish. These guys were awesome to invite me out here. It's really a great time. Guys, I'm turning my basic weightless Senko instantly into a Texas rig. Just pinching on a 3/16 ounce Gremlin bullet weight. Instead of retying and cutting the line and doing all kinds of stuff on these ponds, you could go real basic and just get yourself a simple bullet weight. Use that same 4/0 hook that you're using for Senkos, flukes. You want to talk about being versatile, guys. You can do all kinds of stuff with a basic 4/0, 3/0 extra wide gap hook. I normally use a straight shank worm hook for this, but guys, you can't argue how simple and basic that little Texas rig is. It's perfect. A little green pumpkin red flake, 3/16 ounce, just basic lead pinch on Gremlin split shot weight, and a 4/0 Gamakatsu extra wide gap hook. I'm going to start dragging it along the bottom a little bit and see if we can get a sign out fish. All right, guys, finally got a nice sign out pond fish on my Texas rig brush hog. Didn't take long. Came over here by the dam, got the sun in my face, but we got to get it up out of the weeds so you can get it up. There it is. Nice fish. That's one of the better fish of the day. See if I can get up over the dam without hurting anything. Awesome pond. This place is great. I know there's bigger ones in here, guys, but that's a great fish to end the day. Had a really great time with Jonathan and Alex. Guys, nothing better than pond fishing. Every chance you get, if you find these private opportunities, get yourself some permission. Don't sneak around, guys. Try and get yourself some permission. You just might find the best fishing spot of your life and not have any worries about fishing it. So there you go, guys. So always appreciate you guys joining me. Truly appreciate you guys subscribing. Until we meet again, over and out.